finally, my first Lexus used car review. So, today I'm gonna take a look at the second generation Lexus IS. It was made from 2005 to 2013. However, there are two other versions of this car. The sportier IS F version and the IS C two-door convertible. The interior build quality is good. However, you can sometimes hear rattling sounds from the dashboard, mainly on cars made to 2007. The next problem is again with the dashboard, which can melt. No shit. But I will talk about this issue later. The interior is overall not very spacious, mainly the backseat area. On the other side, for example, the BMW 3 Series E90 doesn't have a very spacious interior either. The last interesting thing is that you can't fold the rear seats. The paint job quality is good, and there shouldn't be rust on the body panels either. This is a Japanese car, and it's a Lexus, so it should be reliable. And it actually is. But there are three possible common problems which are not related to the drivetrain. The first is with the navigation system screen freezing. So basically, the touchscreen of the multimedia system can fail. Usually it's enough to replace the digitizer, which costs around $50, but then you either replace it yourself or you have to find someone who can replace it for you. Because if you damage the display unit during fixing this issue, then you have to buy a new one for around $400. The next problem can be with the rear brake calipers, which can seize up. You can replace both of them for around €390, but sometimes it is possible to free them up and replace only the seized sliding pins. On the other side, a lot of cars had them replaced under warranty. Of course, if you have more information about this issue, then you can write it in the comments. And the last issue can be with the already mentioned melting dashboard. This is common on cars made from 2006 to 2008, which are used in hot destinations such as California, Florida, or Australia. The material of the dashboard basically degrades due to sunlight and heat. So, as a result, the surface of the dashboard and door panels become sticky and shiny. This Lexus had several recalls. For example, because of a possible fuel leak or because of the improper airbag housing. So as usual, pay attention to these things and buy a car with regular maintenance history. This rear-wheel drive Lexus was available with either the standard suspension or with the factory sport suspension. Of course, the IS F version has obviously differently adjusted, upgraded sport suspension. The standard equipment included things like automatic air conditioning, cruise control, leather steering wheel, keyless entry, and a lot of airbags. But you can most of the time find well-equipped cars which have, for example, navigation system, leather interior, electrically adjustable and heated or even ventilated front seats, electrically adjustable steering column, auto-dimming mirrors, or the great 14-speaker Mark & Levinson sound system. This car had slight facelifts in 2008, 2009 and in 2010 too. Anyway, the price for this Lexus starts at €4,400 for a high-mileage IS 220 diesel, and it goes up until €48,990 for a 2012 IS F model. The petrol engines are overall reliable. Only the 2.5-liter V6 can have some problems. The first problem can be with carbon buildup, since this engine has direct injection system. This issue usually causes misfires, for example. The next possible issue can be with a short rattle at startup, which is caused by the variable valve timing system. This rattle shouldn't do any other harm or wear to the engine. However, some say that it can cause premature wear of the camshaft adjusters. Well, interesting. On the other side, as I said, all the other petrol engines are very reliable, including the 5-liter V8, which is in the IS F version. Let's move on to the diesel engines. This second generation IS has the same diesel engines which are in the second generation Toyota Avensis. And if you watched my previous video about this Toyota, then you know that the reliability of these engines is not the best at all. Mainly the engines made to 2009 can have problems with the head gasket failure. So if the engine is overheating and the coolant is disappearing, then the head gasket is most probably gone. In this case, the cylinder head can be also cracked, which is a really expensive repair, plus these engines can have problems with the DPF filter, EGR valve, dual mass flywheel, and sometimes with the injectors too. These issues usually appears after 200,000 kilometers. All the engines are equipped with timing chain, which is usually alright, but it can be worn on high mileage cars. You can choose the 6-speed manual gearbox, which is usually okay, but it can make some weird noises, and some of the owners complained about problems with shifting. So check if you can shift the gears smoothly, and check also if the clutch is not slipping under acceleration. By the way, the dual mass flywheel and the manual gearbox mated to the 2.5-liter V6 petrol engine can be noisier. Then there is the 6-speed automatic transmission, and the IS F version has 8-speed automatic gearbox. It should change gears smoothly without some kind of a strange noise or hesitation. Check the car properly before buying. Look for any weird paint defects. The gaps between the body panels should be even, and check for any weird noises from the suspension. I hope that this information are helpful enough. If you have personal experience with this car, then write it into comments. Thanks for watching.